Hello everybody and welcome to the Cheryl Technology Channel. My name is Chris and I'm your host today. If it's your first time here, welcome to my channel. Let's just get right into it. Today, as you can see, I have two screens side by side, AT&T and T-Mobile. There's a reason for this video. This is a series that I'm going to be doing on T-Mobile versus AT&T. Not only that, but why I switched from AT&T to T-Mobile, and we're just going to get right into it. Some background. We were looking for a provider and AT&T is the one that we found. We were at the Mile High Flea Market in Denver, and there was a guy there that was with AT&T. He came to our house later that day, or maybe it was the next day. I can't remember exactly, but he came to our house, and we ended up with AT&T. I got a Pixel 6 Pro. Where's my phone? Right here. And my wife got a iPhone 13. My son got an iPhone 12, and my other son got a Samsung S22. Now, there's one piece of advice I'm going to give y'all. One piece. Never, ever do installment plans. Ever. Save the darn money up and pay cash for the phone. Always pay cash. Then it's yours. Then if you want to move to another plan, that's what I like about our T-Mobile stuff now, is that we are not under contract. If we want to take our phones and we want to go somewhere else, we can do that. I want to disclaim this because for some people, you may want to do the installment plan. That's entirely up to you. But my advice is don't. I would highly recommend that you do not do that. The reason why is because you're going to pay more money in the long run. You're just going to pay more. They always do this crap. They make it seem like it's a better deal. Oh, we'll give you this phone for free. No, they never give you nothing. Nothing is free. Remember that. With all of that garbage out of the way, now we get into the real video. Okay, so the reason we went with AT&T is because I saw the guy at the flea market, and after we got to AT&T, I noticed it was like really slow. Like there was, like we would try to do something, like just something as simple as looking up a web page would take a significant amount of time, and I thought nothing of it. So after about a month of that, I went to the store in Greeley, Colorado. I said, hey, look, man, this thing is slower than hammered snot. It is slower than Christmas. And they're like, okay, let's see what we can do. So they put my wife on an eSIM, which helped nothing. That made it worse. And then they gave me a new SIM card, which helped nothing. Here's the deal, y'all. If the tower is too far away, it doesn't matter what you do. You could freaking program that thing to the crap. You could program the crap out of that thing, and it ain't gonna do no good. The tower has to be close enough. It's physics, dude. It's cellular. It's physics of cellular network. You cannot, if it's too far away, guess what? The signal is going to be too far away. You can't change that. You can't fix it. That's why after I was sitting there thinking I think a lot. And so one day I was sitting there thinking, and I thought to myself, can I actually go to T-Mobile? And so what I did was I got the money together, and I said, you know what? We're going to pay off AT&T, and we're getting away from this crap. Our bill was running $200 a month, almost. It was right at $200 for, now hear this, their starter plan. So if we go over here to for AT&T, let's maximize this. Their let's see, starter plan is like their base plan, dude. Base plan. And it sucked. It was so bad. This is the one we had. So this leads me into what actually happened. So our bill was about $165 when we started for about a year or so. I noticed after that year was up, it went up $100 that quick in one bill. And I said, whoa. I said, wait a minute, this ain't gonna work. So we ended up it was like at $265 then. And I called them and I said, what the frig are y'all doing? What is happening? They're like, oh, it's because of I said, I don't care. Get it down. So hear me, cell phone companies, when you do crap like this to people, they start looking somewhere else. They will not stay with you. And I will not go back with AT&T. I won't. I will not do it. They suck. I don't care how good they say they are. And you figure this is the company that was Bell Laboratories originally. What the frig happened to y'all? So I'm just saying, the service is god awful. It's slow. Doesn't work most of the time. It's terrible. So that was one of the first things that started me thinking, hey, maybe I should go with somebody else. So then after I thought about it a little bit, this went on for about a year, and I was like, okay, I got to do something. I'm tired of paying these people this kind of money. So what we ended up doing was, it's kind of strange what we did, but I ended up looking at my fiber network. Now we have Allo here. Well, we used to have Allo, and Allo is a company that they're a great company. Their fiber it's pretty good. I would say say it's good mostly. The one thing I can say is that I had issues with latency on Warzone. Now, this is a whole nother video, but I am going to do a video probably today on this. So what happened was, every now and again, now it was once a week at least one or two matches a week on fiber, I would have this issue where I would start losing about 10% of my packet. Happened every time too. There was nothing I could do to fix it. You would try to go to a new server, still wouldn't fix it. Now, my networking equipment, I have some of the best networking equipment money can buy. Like my switch is an enterprise grade switch, and I never have issues with it. It just works. And so after I started seeing some of that, I'm paying like almost $80 a month for this. And I thought to myself, okay, so if I could cut out that and reduce the cost of my cell phone plan, and I could save a crap ton of money and maybe get better service, then I'd do that. Now, I'm going to tell you a disclaimer. T-Mobile is not perfect. It's not. But I played the game last night at 40 milliseconds of latency, and it played flawless the whole darn night. This was about 10:30 last night. The whole darn time I played, it was flawless. I had zero issues. Now, I don't know what you're thinking, but you're probably thinking to yourself right now, well, why? How is that possible? I don't know. I know that cellular, I don't understand 5G as much as I probably should, because 5G, the latency is very low. Like, I'm very shocked at how low the latency is. And I mean, I think on fiber we were running like 30. I mean, dude, that's some crazy numbers, man. Like, it's only 10 milliseconds off of wired physical light connection. That's crazy. Think about that. So now that leads me to my next point. Now, after we decided to finally switch to T-Mobile, they made the process pretty painless. It was really good. And one of the main things I can say about T-Mobile is this: when you move from AT&T to T-Mobile, they will give you money. If you have an installment plan, you have to go in once you get your final bill. Now listen, I went through all this like yesterday. Once you get your final bill, the final bill that you get, they will reimburse you. Now, it could take up to 8 weeks. They'll reimburse you for the money that you put into it. So whatever it costs you to pay off your phones, which mine, I think it was total like $830. People, stop wasting money on this crap. Stop wasting money. It's not worth it. So what I did, I own this phone now. It's my phone. And so from now on, I will pay cash for the phones. I will not get these on credit anymore. And it'll also prevent me from buying a phone I don't need. I like the Pixel phones, so I'll probably stay with them for the foreseeable future. Now, after we got T-Mobile, their home internet came with it. Now, we got the home internet also. So our home internet, I've been posting pictures on Facebook of 1.2 gig download speeds. That's over double what we were getting with Allo. And these fiber companies, dude, this always happens. And also, we are in a price lock guarantee, so our price will never change. I gotta say, man, I've been very happy with T-Mobile so far. I use it to upload all my videos. I use it, if we go somewhere, I use this phone as a hotspot and upload my videos to YouTube and do my thumbnails and all that crap. I do everything with it, and it's been flawless, man. Like, flawless. I can't understand why we were with AT&T so long, but T-Mobile's been awesome. Now, one thing I will say is that AT&T, they always treated me good, but their service, their plans didn't add up. So I'll show you the plan I have with T-Mobile now. So if we go to our plans here, unlimited phone plans. So now, this is one disclaimer. This is one thing you need to know. This is the one we have, the Plus. This is the one we have, this one right here. Okay, we got 3 lines, and we got the 4th one for free. So as long as we are with them, we get that deal. And that price stays right here. See right here? It says plans right there. See? 3rd line free for new customers. Plans, taxes, and fees are included. And if you do the auto pay, this part here, you get it's every line you get $5 off of it. So if you think about it, their home internet's $50, right? Okay, now if you have 5 lines, which you have your home internet, that's a line. It's a cell phone line. And the 4 that we have, that's 5. So that's $25. So we're paying $25 for our home internet, and we're paying like $180 or so for our. I got to figure out why it's not $150 though, because that's what it's showing on. And this is like, we got it not like a week and a half ago, so I'm not sure. We are using the Netflix, which is awesome. And then you get 50 gig hotspot. I will say that they are very good. Now this is this is typical. That's absolutely true. We get closer to this 400 though. We're getting probably around 350 or so of download speed here. Now, I'm going to make a huge disclaimer right here. Hear me when I say this. If you are not within a mile of the tower, don't get it. That is my advice to you. 5G, if you think about 5G as a higher frequency, right? Now, when you're in a car, when you hear cars with bass coming down the road, what's the first thing you hear? Low frequency. High frequency doesn't travel as far as low frequency does. So 5G, 5 gigahertz is a really high frequency. So you think about that and the nature of cellular networks, the closer you are to that tower, the better. Now, I'm not going to say being right underneath it's going to be better, but I believe if you're within a mile, you're going to have really good service. Our service has been, it says very good on the little router all the time. Doesn't say excellent, but we're pretty close to the tower. We're less than a mile away, and it has been awesome. So these numbers are actually pretty darn accurate, and I'm seeing speeds actually higher than this. I've been seeing like 600, 700 meg on my phone over Wi-Fi, but I'm connected directly to it. Now, question becomes, why should you go with T-Mobile over AT&T or over Verizon for that matter? Now, T-Mobile has a very good deal going on right now with all of their things that they're doing, their promotions and stuff. And with their promotion being that you get Apple TV Plus on us. I don't watch Apple TV because I don't have, we have an Xbox One S or one, I think it's the Xbox One S or something. That's what we have now. We don't use Apple Plus now, Apple TV Plus. Now, that's not to say that you won't, but we do use the Netflix one. And so far, everything that I have seen with this plan has been incredibly done. It's incredibly good. Like I've heard complaints after complaint after complaint where people are saying, we're having trouble with our speed. We're having trouble with our speed. The first thing you need to know is how far away from the tower are you? If you're more than a mile, you need to go with something else. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you look at these towers are meant to be close together. A 5G cellular network, the towers have to be much closer than they are if you're in like 2G or something like that. Like a 2G network, that signal is going to travel way farther, over double the distance, so, and still not lose anything. Now, that's kind of where I really want y'all to understand this. If you are more than a mile away, I would not go with cellular. It's not going to work for you. It's just not going to be that good. Now, for me, okay, so our downloads get it's been anywhere from 750 to over a gig. And our upload, this is where the caveat is. Our uploads I've seen it hit 35. That's the max I've ever seen it hit. But for me, I upload videos to YouTube and my videos are fairly small, so it doesn't really affect, it just takes a little longer. And for a $60 a month discount, I'm willing to wait a little bit longer. So that's kind of where I'm at on this. In conclusion, if you are looking for a provider, now disclaimer, I'm with T-Mobile. They're not giving me money to do this. I'm doing this out of my own accord because I think I needed to. I felt like that I needed to tell you how good it really is if you're close enough to the tower. Mind you, I have my modem/router in the window. Now, here's the other place that I found out, something I found out. So originally I was using an Asus router that I had that worked very well. Excellent router. Not that I like wireless routers, but I like this one. And so what happened was, if you think about it, they are natting the signal, the network, because you have a private side to the network and a public side. To get 20 addresses, I normally have like 25, 26 devices connected to my network at any given time. And if you think about that, 25 devices, how do all those communicate across the public network to your ISP? Well, they don't. That's the thing, they don't. That you use NAT, network address translation, is used to take those private IBs and map them to a public address so that traffic can go out. Now, with that said, cause if you do that, you're doing it, that's a requirement. You cannot put a private address or a local area network IP address on a public network. The ranges are different. They're completely different. So if you look at what we're doing here, I had that router in place, and this is what I found out, is that when I used that router and their modem/router, my latency in Warzone was 150 milliseconds. As soon as I took that out of the equation, so if you're having trouble with your speed, your latency playing like Warzone or something like that, make sure that you're only using their router. Put it in a window, and I ran a Ethernet cable down the stairs into my basement, a shielded one that goes into my network switch. That's how I did it, and I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to get a cable down here, but that's what I did to get this to work. Now, a lot of times, I haven't noticed any slowdowns in the evening. I haven't noticed any of that. I mean, a lot of people have, but I haven't. The other thing I really want to touch on is because we've had them for a while now, maybe a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, I've seen no issues, man. I mean, like, I've had none. Like, the speeds have been good. I do wish that it had higher upload speeds, but it's not that big of a deal for the price discount we got. I mean, we're paying like $220 for everything a month, and before we were paying almost $280. It was right at $280, so that's a huge discount for us. So that's kind of why I've been happy with T-Mobile. That's my 2 cents on T-Mobile. That's what I think about AT&T. I don't like AT&T at all. I just don't. They advertise to be really good, and they're not. I mean, you can lie to yourself for so long and be delusional, but I don't know how AT&T at this point is still delusional. They're just delusional, man. Their service sucks. And even when we would get 5G, it was still bad. So that's kind of my thing is I've been very happy with T-Mobile. Now, keep in mind, I'm going to say one last thing and I'll be done with y'all. The last thing I want to say is that when you are traveling, right, you go from one network to another, one tower to another, it takes time to switch you to the other tower. If you are not getting good signal, turn your data off and turn it back on. That'll do a refresh of your connection. It will reach back out to the closest tower and reconnect you within a minute. Typically, it'll do that. Within 30 seconds is what I've been seeing. So that's just my 2 cents. Everybody, thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. May the Lord bless each and every one of you and walk with you every day. If you do not know him, reach out to me in the comments. If you need prayer, if you want to talk, I'll do either or. It doesn't matter to me. I will gladly lead you to him if that's what you desire. And until my next video, everybody, thank you for watching. Peace.